How's it going today, guys? Back with another I Spend Money and Time So You Don't Have To. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Aimpoint Acro P2. It is a 3.5 MOA red dot sight. It is made for pistols, but can be used as red dots for shotguns or rifles or whatever you want to put on it, but it is optimized for pistols like I have it on here on my Glock 17. I think it is personally the best duty red dot sight or red dot sight for your pistol if you're going to be use it outside the waistband or on a duty holster or whatever. This is a enclosed emitter, so there is 2 panes of glass blocking that emitter inside from anything that comes in the elements, dust, dirt, whatever you might have. But you really can't beat it. So first I'll just go over what's in the box. We have the Aimpoint tool. This is going to help you dial in your windage and elevation. It's also going to help you get the battery compartment off and for mounting your sight as well. So that comes with it. You have a user manual and a warranty, and then just some extra little Aimpoint cards in here. You have your brightness knobs on the side, battery compartment here. That is your elevation, and then we have the windage on the side. This is the mounting system that they use, which does kind of suck. That's probably the worst part about this, is the mounting system, because when you're trying to get a slide milled or anything for it, you can't get it milled if you have an MOS, because how far they cut down into the slide already with the MOS, which I'll get into that a little bit later. But they have started releasing these in FDE and also a grayish color, which is very nice. I'm glad that more companies are getting into the coloring. I don't know why that more companies aren't getting into coloring options or giving you the options, but there are other enclosed emitters on the market, but Aimpoint is known for their extremely reliable and durable optics. They're pretty close to Trijicon, I would say, but Trijicon probably has a little bit better of a track record, but I don't think there's anything wrong with Aimpoint at all. They're just, any conditions you put it through, they're going to make sure that they work. When you're carrying it outside the waistband or for duty or military or whatever harsh purposes you're going to put it through, you're going to want something like an enclosed emitter to keep out rain, dust, dirt, whatever you might have it that is going to block your emitter or just cause problems with your red dot. So this is, you're not going to get any fog in here. You're not going to get any problems. I know for some cheaper optics like Hollow Sun, even with the enclosed emitters for them, you'll be getting fog inside. And when you're shooting with a closed emitter versus a open emitter, it's a lot easier to shoot if there's water on the glass versus an open emitter. It's going to kind of distort your red dot. So I preferably, if I'm going to be using an outside the waistband, I'm always going to be using an enclosed emitter. Now I say this is the best you can get on the market because right now, because you can't get the new Trijicon RCR that they put out. It's just very difficult to get. Wait times are months and months on end, while you can get these no problem, and they cost about the same price. The only reason I think the RCR is a little bit better is because of the mounting system. Now with the RCR, there are little notched out channels on the side to where you can turn the screw and mount it actually in that notched place instead of having something like this for the enclosed emitter. So that is where Trijicon has the advantage. I think they're pretty similar. I don't think there's any real differences in them. The battery compartment is on top, but if you really want the RCR, good luck trying to get it. I've been waiting months for the RMR HD, the new RMR, and I just didn't want to wait. I'm going to be putting this on my Beretta 1301, which I'll go a little bit more into the video on that mounting, but there's no point to wait when you can get something like this. Now these are going, the colored option is going for $650, but if you get the black version, it's only going for $600. It is more expensive, but this is going to work when you need it to, rather than a cheaper optic. I've gone with cheaper optics before. I've had like my Leopold Delta Point Pro, I've had battery compartment issues. Leopold Delta Point Pro is kind of more of a competition optic, so when you're trying to use optics that aren't battle proven, or you know, kind of indestructible optics on and really roughhouse them, most of the time they're going to end up failing. So I really, at this point, to save time and not waste any more time or money, I've been trying to stick to Aimpoint or Trijicon, just because they have the best red dots on the market right now. But as you can see here, I have the black on this Glock 17. I used Aimpoint's mounting plate. When I was saying, if you're trying to get your slide milled, this is an MOS model, so I can't even get it milled because all that is notched out. And if you can see for the bottom, I still need that bit of slide to mount it to, which it's gone because of the milling. Yeah, if I had a standard Glock 17 or a standard Glock that wasn't milled already, then I could send it in to be milled. But some of the problems I ran into was that when they're milling the red dot, some places won't allow you to have the iron sight back here anymore because of where it's put on the non-milled slides. So for the rear iron sight for the non-milled slide, it lies about here instead of back further. I personally like the iron sight back here if you're either going to use them. Most of the time when you're getting it milled for something like this, they'll put it in front. I think if you have a really good red dot sight, you don't really need to worry about backup irons too much. It's kind of just there for peace of mind. But if you have something that's really good, strong, and durable, most of the time, if you're taking care of it, you're changing the battery and you're torquing it to spec, you're not going to have problems with it failing. But iron sights are nice to have. As you can see, these are lower 1/8. When I'm using a red dot, I don't want my iron sights to be taking up more of my glass, for me personally, because my red dot is my primary sighting system. So I have my iron sights kind of in that lower 1/8 range because I'm going to be mainly using this red dot, and that's how I prefer them to be. These are Ameriglow iron sights, and they make really good iron sights. So as you can see, the window is a little bit smaller than open emitter red dot sights, and that it kind of just is what it is at that point. This is also a bigger red dot than open emitter, and it is a little bit heavier, but for the occasion, like for duty or battle purposes, I think this is very necessary. So you are losing a little bit of window space, but I've been using this for about a year and I've had no problems finding that red dot. It is for the Trijicon RCR. Since the battery compartment is on top, it is wider instead of taller, like this Aimpoint. So this Aimpoint's a little bit taller than the RCR, and the RCR is a little bit wider than the Aimpoint. Like I said, if you can get the RCR, I think it might be a little better, unless you like the color option. I really like the color option, especially when you're trying to camouflage guns or anything like that. But the mounting system is just a lot better, especially when you're trying to do milling and whatnot. But for those reasons, I think this is the best you can get right now. The brightness on these, you're never going to have a problem with it. They're just extremely bright. Aimpoint has some of the brightest red dots on the market for sure. These won't fail on you. I've never had a problem with Aimpoint so far. I have multiple Aimpoints, and they're very light, especially even for their rifle sights like the T2 or the comps or anything. They're really light, very durable, very bright. You're never going to have a problem with these. But if you want it to work when you need it to work, I would recommend something like this for sure. but those are some of the reasons I think it's the best red dot. Number one, durability and reliability. Number two, the battery compartment is on the right side. So the Trijicon RMR, it was underneath, and then you had to take it up. You had to take the red dot off to switch the battery, which was a huge pain. And there's always the possibility your red dot might not return to zero, so you might have to go back out and re-zero it or remake adjustments. So that was really annoying. So battery compartment is on the outside is nice. These also aren't as easy to change, but that also makes sure that this isn't going to get bumped. Neither of these are going to get bumped, and then your zero is going to be out of place. And then you have some really easy buttons to hit. I will say they're not going to change up and down without really clicking on them, and then you can hold to turn that off. The battery life is tremendous on these. You have 50,000 hours, so technically 5 years on a certain setting. I would say more realistically, if you're going to be leaving it on all the time, to somewhere where you can see it, like if I turn that up one more notch, it'll probably realistically last me about 3 to 4 years. So that's still amazing for a red dot instead of only having a year of life or whatnot. So they have great battery life, durability, reliability. It's a closed emitter, so nothing's going to get inside. You'll be able to use it all the time. Really cool thing too is they're offering it in color options. So I could have thrown that on there. If I would have done it differently, I would have got a tan light, and then maybe could have even done some spray paint or whatever. But if you're trying to make your gun match to your loadout, which I would have been, but I'm not going to change this out to try to get colors. It's just not worth it. But I'm going to be throwing this on the Beretta. So if you guys want to see more videos like that, go ahead and like and subscribe. If you want to see me mounting this, this will be in the previous video. So I'm going to be posting a lot more content about tactical and gear and loadouts and stuff like that. So make sure to stay tuned or subscribe. It really helps the channel and support. So I would appreciate that. If you guys have any questions about anything I said or mentioned, feel free to comment down below and I'll try to get back to you. And also if you have anything that you want to see, or want to review about, if I have anything in that category, I will try to put that video out for you. So just let me know if you have anything that you want to see. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.